Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going over Terabox, and I'm not gonna lie, I love this deck. This is a deck that is going in my bag immediately after filming this. I'm building it as we speak. I love this thing. But make sure you stay tuned until the end, because I will give my thoughts on this deck, what I would change, what I wouldn't change, whether I would take this to a regional, cup, blah, blah, blah. This is all something that I try to do at the end of the video, so you get to see what my initial thoughts were and then what my afterthoughts are after playing the deck for a couple hours. But let's go ahead and get into it. We've got the Noctowl with its Jewel Seeker ability. Once during your turn, if you have a Tera Pokemon in play and you play this card from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you can go ahead and search for 2 trainer cards and put them in your hand. This is awesome. I love this thing. It is going to be our draw engine. It is going to be the thing that makes us go. And it being something that can't be blocked by, say, Iron Thorns is really quite good, and I like this card a lot. We do run the Teal Mask Ogerpon. Teal Mask Ogerpon says with its Teal Dance ability, once per turn you may attach a grass energy from your hand to this Pokemon, and if you do, you draw a card. It does have an attack, Myriad Leaf Shower, does 30 plus another 30 for each energy attached to both Pokemon, both active I should say. It can do damage, it might do damage. I don't think this is necessarily going to do everything, but it is a draw engine on top of the Noctowl draw engine, so I kind of like that. We do run the Wellspring Ogerpon, the first attack being Sob. For 1 colorless, it does 20 damage, and your opponent's Pokemon can't retreat, which is not bad. You say something, we've got something, you know, something like a Latias on the other side of the field, or you've got like a 1 energy retreater on the other side of the field, well, you still can't retreat. Is it going to come into play every time? No, probably not, but Sob does pretty well. It also has Torrential Pump as the attack, and it's the attack we're probably going to use throughout most of the battle, if not very early on for sure. For water, colorless, it does 100, but if you are to shuffle in 3 energy from this Pokemon, or as many energy as you can, from this Pokemon into your deck, you're able to do 120 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. So we can be knocking out something like Charizard, Charmander, and Pidgey. We can be knocking out double Dreepy. We could be knocking out a lot of things in the format very quickly. A lot of decks right now are stage 2 type areas, and this deck kind of gets it all. This card kind of gets it all. We do also run Pikachu EX with its Resolute Heart ability. If this Pokemon were to be knocked out from full HP by damage of one of your opponent's attacks, nope, sorry, we're left with 10 HP remaining, and that's pretty awesome. Basically, it can survive a 1-hit KO, and with 200 HP, even Dragapult is doing a 1-hit KO, so it's going to take a lot for Pikachu to get knocked out. Don't get me wrong. All it takes is 1 Duskull, all it takes is 1 Budew, it doesn't take much. But if it's at full HP, it's going to survive. It does have the attack Topaz Bolt for Grass, Lightning, and Metal Energy. It does 300, and you discard 3 energy off of this Pokemon. There's no extras, it's just discard 3 energy from this Pokemon. We do run the Mew Restart ability. It's really good. If you don't have 3 cards, you can draw until you have 3 cards. Lillie's Clefairy with the Fairy Zone ability. Your opponent's Dragon Pokemon, their weakness is now Psychic, and that's pretty decent because we're running Area 0, and for the attack, Full Moon Rondo does 20 plus another 20 for each bench Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's. This thing can knock out a Dragapult, and it's pretty decent at that. We like this thing. We do run the Latias. Latias with its Skyliner ability says, hey, all of your basic Pokemon have no retreat cost. Well, all we run is basics and Noctowl is a 1 energy retreater, so we're not worried about that, and if we can have free retreat, why not? We do run the Fezandipiti, flip the script. If one of your Pokemon were knocked out on their turn, you go ahead and draw 3 cards. You can't use more than 1, but that's okay. Bloodmoon Ursaluna, because it's a good backup attacker. Budew, because if they're going to be toxic, so can you, and if it rhymes, it must be true. Ditto Transformative Start. fantastic card. During your first turn only, if this Pokemon is in the active, you may search your deck for a basic Pokemon and replace it with this card. Now, you do discard Ditto, but that's okay. I'm not really looking to have Ditto throughout the game. I don't want that. If I do have Ditto, I'm going to immediately throw it away with something like an Ultra Ball or even a Professor Research. So Ditto up front, very good. And lastly, we do have the Fan Rotom with the Fan Call ability. On your first turn only, you can search your deck for up to 3 colorless Pokemon with 100 HP or less and put them in your hand. This is how you get your Noctowl started. You can get your transformative start, throw down something like a Wellspring Ogerpon, and then have all of your Noctowls ready to go for the next turn. I think that's pretty decent. Our supporter lineup is actually pretty large, at least for this deck. We've got the Crispin, Iono, Boss, Professor Research.
Definitely didn't say that stuff right.
We've got the Crispin, Iono, Boss, Professor's Research, and Professor Turo. I like Turo a lot in this. We do have the Crispin, search your deck for 2 different types of energy. The first one goes in your hand, the second one gets attached to a Pokemon. This is going to help us get Wellspring up and running very quickly, and we like that. Iono, both players shuffle hands and put them at the bottom of the deck. Then draw how many prize cards they have. Boss's Order, switch one of bench to the active from your opponent's side. Professor Research, ditch your hand and draw 7. And Professor Turo, go ahead and pick up one of your Pokemon and put it in your hand. All cards get discarded. But for the most part, we're actually probably going to use this on a turn that we've got a Noctowl and a Hoothoot on the bench ready to go. This is important for us. We like this. Our A spec for the day is going to be this Sparkling Crystal because it enables so many of our Pokemon to attack for 1 less energy. It doesn't matter what that energy is. If it's attached to a Terra Pokemon, your attacks of that Terra Pokemon cost 1 less energy. Again, it does not matter what that energy is, and we run the Area 0. If you have a Terra Pokemon in play, you can have 8 on your bench, not just 5. That's the deck list. Let's go ahead and get into it and see how we do. Sure, we'll go first. I think this is okay. That's fine. See where we go from here. Okay, here we go. Let's get this started. These only have 1. You gotta be shitting me. We run a 4-4 line. Okay. Get this down. I'm down for the multi-world, dude. I really am. I am totally down for the multi-world. Totally down for the multi-world. Absolutely. Let's see. I don't hate that idea. Can at least drop that. Get in their turn. Don't hate the multi-world idea. Right now, I am still on for probably about another half hour. How many people are down for it? How many people have figured out how to download it and get it all done? Okay, and I think we're item locked. We are. That's okay. Because we've got this, and we've got... We don't have that. Are you kidding me? Yes, afterward. Yes, afterward. Yeah, do this. Okay. Immediately concedes. Alright. Okay. Right here. We can Fan Rotom, Hoothoot. Transformative start here. Let's go and get ourselves an Ogerpon. We can then Fan Call here. So far, I really like this deck. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Do we have any? Okay, we do have one. That, drop that, hold on to that, Teal Dance, okay, we've got another Grass Energy, I'm okay with that, and we'll go ahead and so, actually, Chef Husky, I'm glad you're here because Ty is asking about Torterra. I told her to ask in the, or her, him, them, I don't know. Do not cancel me. I know Chef Husky is trying to. He doesn't want me to win the Chef's Cook-Off. But ask Chef Husky. He has really been wanting Torterra to work very well. So Torterra EX is probably right up his alley. He knows more than I do. Help her out, Chef. Help them out. I don't know, and I don't want to assume. So, like, help out, Chef. We actually might be doing pretty good here. Okay. We want this and this. Drop that. Put that here. This, and we need this. Put this in here. Attach here. Chaos down, retreat out, throw that there, Hoothoot, and then we can go ahead and Torrential Pump, yes, and we'll throw the 120 here. I don't think Torterra's dead for long term, but that's not to say, like, don't give up on Torterra completely. I think Torterra could be good later down the line. We should be getting maybe some grass support, hopefully soon. If not, that's okay. We should be okay. Getting rid of 2 bench. We'll get rid of this, and we'll get rid of this, and we'll get rid of this. Yeah, we'll just get rid of those 2. Don't think the dream is completely dead. I don't think the dream is completely dead. But I do think Torterra, right now, as it's being played right now, the dream is probably not alive. And he does get the item lock. Okay. Just go ahead and drop that there. We can currently... sure, we'll just drop that there. And we'll sob. Net EX drops. The Gravity Gemstone doesn't do anything with Latias here. We don't care at all. Like, okay. My retreat is always 0. Go ahead and I still think we do it this way. Yes. We still throw that there. Take another prize card, see what we get out of it. Okay. Okay. Fair Stamp doesn't actually hurt us as bad. Hopefully we get like a Crispin here. No. But we're not out of the woods completely, actually. This isn't as bad as you might think. Hits us with the Iono. That does give us extra cards. And, okay. Okay, hits us for another 30. This Ogerpon isn't nearly as worried as you might think. This deck does fairly well. Okay. We can go ahead and boss up. Let's boss up the Frostlass. I'm okay with that. Fez down, and we can go ahead and sob. Can't retreat. I'm okay with that. Which means we are not item locked next turn. Plus he has the switch or something like that. We're not item locked. Okay? You got the switch, never mind. For probably another Banette, just in case. Probably looking for another Banette, but we'll see what happens. Another Frostlass. He's going to really try to ramp up that damage as much as he can. But, Chef, I don't know if you're still here, Chef. Or if you're still here, just say hi. But if you noticed, Victory can't beat me unless he has the perfect hand. So just making sure everybody's aware that that's who he is. Okay. We could Turo. Okay. I don't mind doing this. We'll Turo up the Ogerpon. Still have that there, and we can go ahead and sure, we'll sob. We'll sob on the Banette. Yeah, you notice he's got to be able to get it. He doesn't want to lose. He won't play you all the way through unless he knows he can win. That's the Victory mentality, and that's why, Victory, you'll never be a moderator. You'll never be a mod. And we get a Pikachu. We'll go ahead and Iono. Why not? couldn't hurt us here. This will be the last game of... This will be the last game of the night, I think. Another Bennett down. See what he goes for. Will he try to continue the item lock? Or will he try to Poltergeist? Hits the Arven. Does get the Latias here. He does get the Latias off of this, because that'll put 6 more down. It'll be 220. Only the 60. Oh, it doesn't even get the Latias. That's right. Because it's 3, not 6. I'm thinking 6 because of the back and forth. We'll go ahead and attach here. We'll go ahead and Crispin here. We'll get this and this. We'll put this in hand. Show you kind of what... To show you more how to play this deck. Attach here. We will then go ahead and Teal Dance, just because we can. Again, showing you how the deck gets played. But what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and Torrential Pump. Do the 100 onto this Bennett. Yes, we will. We will take the 120 and put it on the pretty Frostlass. 100 damage knocks out Bennett EX. 120 knocks out Frostlass. We take 3 prize cards, and we're happy. TerraBox does not worry about item lock. And there you go, TerraBox. I really do love this deck. It has an answer to almost everything. If it doesn't have an answer to almost everything, it can hit almost everything. So basically, your Dragapults, your big stage 2s are going to have a problem with this deck. Kind of with the exception of Dragapult. Although, yes, Dragapult really doesn't mind the one Clefairy being in here. It can knock it out in a return KO. But I do like this deck. I do like everything in it. What would I change in this? I would probably try to find one more Earthen Vessel, or find room for another Earthen Vessel. I could probably see coming down on one boss. I could even see coming down on one Turo. It's going to be hard to get your Pikachu up and running again. So maybe Pikachu can come out and we can throw a Terapagos in here. I think that's the better option. Or we could even try to find room in this. Maybe take one Wellspring out and throw in a Terapagos. I think Terapagos does need to be added into this somehow. And if not that, we do need to find a Psychic Terra Pokemon that uses the energy that we use so that we have more of a chance against Dragapult. Overall, I think this is probably, if I had to put it in A tier, but this is probably A tier list. A tier deck, for sure. I love this thing. Again, I would try to find room for maybe another Earthen Vessel. Try to find room for your Terapagos. You could possibly get rid of the Bloodmoon for that. Would I take this to a Cup or a Challenge? Absolutely. There's no doubt in my mind. Would I take this to a Regional? Me personally, no, because I'm not as good with this deck as I'd like to be for a Regional, but you will see this at Regionals. There's no doubt about that. You will see this at Regionals. It does get walled off by walls as a deck, but that's kind of okay. You're not going to win every matchup. There are ways around that with this deck, but it's going to be hard, so you kind of have to know what you're doing. Now, could we probably throw something in here like, I don't know, could we throw in a Vespiquen? Possibly. Could we do anything like that? Possibly. But overall, I think this deck is pretty decent, with maybe some minor upgrades like I mentioned. Anyway, if you would, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and do all the things that continue to help me do this. We do have a live stream coming up this Wednesday with the one and only Chef Husky, one of my best friends in the space, and genuinely one of my favorite people outside of Pokemon. We're doing that about 6 Central Standard Time, so come on in, have some fun, banter with us. It'll be a blast. And with that, have fun, stay safe, I love you.